Focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to do the work for you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's waking you up at 5 a.m. when you don't feel like it. Nobody's pushing you when you feel stuck. That's on you. The moment you realize that your greatest responsibility in life is to become who you were created to be, everything changes. You stop chasing people. You stop begging for attention. You stop needing validation. You start focusing on your own lane, your own growth, your own peace. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give energy to the world when your own soul is running on fumes. Too many people are busy trying to fix others while ignoring their own healing. You can't inspire people from a place of exhaustion. You can't lead people when you've lost direction. The real power is in learning to slow down, to reset, to take care of your own mind and spirit. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's survival. It's the foundation of every great comeback story. And here's the truth. Your journey won't look like anyone else's. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. The moment you start measuring your worth by what others have, you lose sight of your own growth. Everybody's path is different. Some people take the elevator, others have to climb the stairs with broken shoes. But the ones who climb, they build strength that can't be taught. Focus on your own pace. Stay patient with your process. Because the same God, the same universe, the same timing that worked for others will work for you. When you stop looking left and right and start looking within, discipline is self-respect. You don't build confidence by talking about it. You build it by doing what you said you do long after the feeling has left you. When you say, I'm going to do this, and you follow through, you teach your mind to trust yourself. That's how you build power. Motivation fades, but discipline keeps you going. You don't have to feel like it. You just have to do it, because every small act of consistency compounds into something bigger than you can imagine. The world is loud. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's telling you who to be, what to do, and how to live. But peace comes when you silence the noise and amplify the vision. You weren't meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. The only voice that matters is the one inside you, the one that knows what you're called to do. Don't let the distractions drown out your direction. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. And when the pain comes, and it will, don't run from it. Let it teach you. Pain is the price of growth. Every struggle you've been through was molding something in you. Every setback was preparing you for a greater setup. You don't grow when it's easy, you grow when it hurts. That heartbreak, that failure, that disappointment, it wasn't the end, it was the beginning of your evolution. Your focus determines your future. Where your energy goes, your life follows. If you waste your attention chasing approval, you'll lose sight of purpose. But if you invest your focus in your own growth, your own discipline, your own peace, everything else will align. Focus on your craft. Focus on your character. Focus on the person you're becoming. Because one day the same people who doubted you will say they always believed in you. So stop chasing everything and everyone. Stop trying to be understood by people who were never meant to see your vision. Put your head down and do the work. Water your own grass. Build your own lane. Master your own peace. When you focus on yourself, you stop competing and start creating. You stop reacting and start rising. Because when your focus is on becoming the best version of you, nothing and no one can stop what's coming. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give your best when you're running on empty. Too many people spend their lives trying to please everyone else, trying to fix people who don't even want to change, trying to keep up with expectations that drain them, and then they wonder why they feel lost, exhausted, and unfulfilled. The truth is, you can't be everything for everyone and still have something left for yourself. You can't keep pouring love, time, and energy into others when your own spirit is starving for peace. At some point, you have to stop and ask yourself, who's taking care of me? Because no one else can fill your cup for you. You are responsible for your own peace, your own healing, your own energy. When you take time to rest, to pray, to reflect, to grow, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. Because you can't serve from a place of depletion. You can't lead from a place of chaos. You can't love fully when you haven't learned to love yourself deeply. Filling your own cup doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means you care enough about yourself to protect your peace so you can give from a place of strength instead of survival. You recharge not to escape the world, but so you can re-enter it stronger, wiser, and more grounded. When you focus on your healing, your growth, your inner balance, everything around you starts to shift. You show up better. You speak with more intention. You give without resentment. People think focusing on yourself is selfish, but it's actually sacred, because the version of you that's whole, peaceful, and focused will impact more lives than the version of you that's burned out and broken. Protect your energy. Rest when you need to. Set boundaries that honor your peace, because the world doesn't need a perfect you, it needs a present you. And you can't be present if your cup is empty. ChatGPT said your journey won't look like theirs. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Too often we waste time comparing our process to someone else's highlight reel. We scroll through their wins, their moments, their success, and start to question our own path, like we're falling behind, like we're not doing enough. But the truth is, your timing is yours. Your path is yours. You can't rush a purpose that was never meant to look like anyone else's. Some people take off fast and others move slow. But speed doesn't define significance. You might still be in your planting season while someone else is in their harvest. That doesn't mean you're behind. It means your roots are still growing deep. Don't envy their light. Build your own fire. Because when it's your time, you won't have to force it, chase it, or fake it. It'll just fit. The comparison trap kills more dreams than failure ever will. Every time you look left or right, you lose focus on what's in front of you. Your energy gets divided. Your confidence gets drained. You start doubting the very path that was designed for you. But when you lock in and say, this is my lane and I'm going to own it, everything changes. You start moving with peace instead of pressure. You start walking with confidence instead of competition. Your story might be messy, unpredictable, and full of detours, but that's what makes it powerful. Nobody's journey is perfect. The struggle you're in now will one day be the story that inspires someone else not to quit. Every delay, every setback, every disappointment is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were before. Don't let social media timelines fool you. Don't let other people's success make you question your own worth. Your life is not on pause. It's in progress. Stay patient, stay grounded, and stay true to your own rhythm. Because the moment you stop comparing and start trusting your own path, peace finds you. And once you find peace in your process, nobody can rush your greatness. Discipline is self-respect. It's the moment you stop breaking promises to yourself. It's the decision to show up when no one's watching, to do the hard thing when quitting would be easier. Discipline isn't punishment, it's power. It's the quiet strength that builds confidence brick by brick, day after day. When you practice discipline, you're not just training your body, you're training your mind to trust yourself. Every time you say you're going to do something and you actually follow through, you're sending a message to your soul. I can depend on me. That's what true confidence is, not noise, not hype, not pretending. It's self-trust. And that only comes from consistency. You can't respect yourself if you keep betraying your own word. You can't feel proud if you keep letting your emotions control your effort. The people who win in life aren't the most talented. They're the most disciplined. They've learned to act beyond their feelings. They show up tired. They show up discouraged. They show up when motivation disappears because their standard doesn't depend on how they feel. It depends on who they are. Discipline builds freedom. It gives you control in a world that thrives on distraction. When you're disciplined, you stop being a slave to comfort and start becoming a master of progress. Most people wait until they feel ready. But discipline doesn't wait for feelings. It moves with purpose. It's waking up before the sun because you made a promise to yourself. It's turning off the noise and putting in the work when nobody claps for you. It's choosing progress over pleasure, growth over ease, and purpose over procrastination. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not loud. It's not about showing the world what you're doing. It's about proving to yourself that you can do it. You don't need to announce your grind. Your results will speak louder. Because when you stay consistent long enough, success stops being a dream and starts becoming a lifestyle. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. So, if you want to build self-respect, start keeping your promises, even the small ones. Because one day, you'll look back and realize the life you built came from the moments you decided to stay committed, not comfortable. Silence the noise, amplify the vision. The world is loud. Everyone's talking, posting, judging, comparing, trying to tell you who you are, what you should do, and how you should live. But if you spend all your time listening to the noise, you'll forget the sound of your own purpose. The distractions will drown out your direction. The opinions will blur your clarity. And the more you chase approval, The further you drift from your calling, at some point you have to unplug from the chaos. You have to step back from the crowd and tune in to your own spirit. Because not everyone's supposed to understand your vision. It wasn't given to them, it was given to you. That dream that keeps you awake at night, that fire that burns in your chest, that's yours. And if you want to bring it to life, you've got to protect it from the noise that tries to kill it. Sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's choosing not to explain your path to people who can't see the destination. It's working quietly, patiently, while the world assumes you've stopped moving. But in the silence, you're building, you're growing, you're becoming. The loudest moves are made in the quietest seasons, because real growth doesn't need attention. It just needs focus. The noise will always be there. People talking, doubting, questioning. Let them. Because while they're busy watching, you're busy working. While they're gossiping, you're grinding. While they're seeking attention, you're seeking alignment. You don't need to shout to make an impact. Your results will speak for you. Amplify your vision. Feed it daily with discipline, faith, and persistence. The clearer your vision becomes, the quieter the noise gets. You start to care less about being understood and more about being fulfilled. You stop needing validation and start chasing purpose. Because when your eyes are locked on the goal, distractions lose their power. So learn to embrace the quiet. Learn to protect your peace. Not every voice deserves your attention, and not every opinion deserves a reaction. Silence isn't the absence of sound. It's the presence of focus. When you master that, you become unstoppable. Pain builds the person you're becoming. It's not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Everyone wants growth, but no one wants the grind that comes with it. Everyone wants strength, but strength only comes from struggle. The truth is, pain is the process that shapes purpose. Every heartbreak, every loss, every setback is molding you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. You can't develop resilience in comfort. You can't learn endurance when everything's easy. The version of you that can handle pressure, that can keep faith when everything falls apart, that version is born in pain. When life hits you, it's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to develop you. Sometimes the breakdown is just the beginning of your breakthrough. You have to understand that everything you go through has meaning, even if you can't see it yet. The pain you feel today might just be preparing you for something you prayed for years ago. Growth isn't pretty, and it's not supposed to be. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely, and it's hard, but it's necessary. Pain forces you to dig deeper. It strips away your pride, your ego, your excuses, until all that's left is your truth. It teaches you what really matters. It shows you how much you can handle. It reveals the strength that comfort kept hidden. That's why when you look back on the hardest moments of your life, you'll realize they made you. You didn't grow when everything was going right. You grew when you had to keep going, even when nothing made sense. You can't rush through pain. You have to walk through it. But when you come out on the other side, you're different. You're wiser. You're tougher. You've got scars, but those scars tell a story. Not of weakness, but of survival. Pain refines you. It humbles you. It reminds you that progress is born in pressure. So don't run from the struggle. Don't numb the hurt. Let it shape you. Let it push you closer to your purpose. Because one day, the same pain that broke you will become the power that builds you. The person you're becoming is on the other side of that discomfort. Stay in the fight. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Your focus determines your future. Wherever your attention goes, your life follows. What you feed your mind becomes your reality. Most people never reach their potential because they're focused on the wrong things, distractions, drama, opinions, and noise that don't add any real value to their life. They let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. But if you ever want to build something meaningful, if you ever want to rise to the next level, you've got to learn to control where your focus lies. Focus outputs power. It's the difference between average and elite. When you give something your full attention, your mind, your time, your effort, it grows. But when you keep dividing your focus between things that don't matter, you rob yourself of momentum. You can't chase every opportunity and expect to master anything. You can't keep switching directions and expect to move forward. True progress happens when you commit to one thing, one purpose, one vision, and you give it everything you've got. Your focus is your filter. It decides what stays and what goes, what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Not every fight is worth your effort. Not every opinion deserves a response, and not every opportunity is meant for you. The people who win in life aren't the ones doing the most. They're the ones doing what matters most. They protect their focus like it's gold because they know distractions are expensive. They cost you time, energy, and potential you'll never get back. When your focus is clear, your direction is strong. You stop chasing validation and start chasing vision. You stop worrying about who's ahead and start mastering your own lane. You start seeing obstacles not as walls, but as tests designed to see how badly you really want it. And when you stay locked in, when you refuse to be moved by noise, everything that once seemed impossible starts to align. You've got to guard your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Don't let social media, negativity, or other people's timelines dictate your pace. Your destiny doesn't depend on their approval. It depends on your consistency. Stay locked in on your goals. Feed your faith. Starve your distractions. Because one day, you'll realize that your life didn't change by chance. It changed when you decided to focus. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Focus on yourself. Not out of arrogance, but out of purpose. Because when you focus on yourself, you stop chasing and start building. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop living for approval and start living for alignment. Every moment you invest in your growth, your peace, your discipline, your vision, you're writing the story of who you're becoming. Life isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. It's about showing up when nobody's clapping, believing when nobody understands, and pushing forward when everything tells you to quit. The journey won't always be pretty, but it will be worth it. The pain, the silence, the discipline, it's all preparing you for the life you prayed for. So stay locked in. Keep your eyes on your lane. Pour into yourself until your energy overflows. Because when you master your focus, when you protect your peace, when you live with purpose, you become unstoppable. The world changes when you do. Your light gets brighter. Your impact gets louder. Your life becomes a reflection of your growth. Focus on yourself, not because you're selfish, but because that's how you rise. And when you rise, you give others permission to do the same.